Hello and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. As you can see, it's day 36. Now, originally I went ahead and recorded, and it didn't record. Apparently, the program I use sometimes, whenever I have it left open for a while, it doesn't register when you hit the record button. So I have to close it out and restart it. But it acted like it was recording, so there is that. Now, we just had day 35 horde. In that horde, I got probably 12 to 14 demolishers and tons of cops. Lots and lots of cops. I didn't get many vultures. I think they might have been above and they just never came down. I got lots of irradiated. More than half of them were irradiated the whole time. So, I haven't done any repairs or anything. But it did give me an understanding of what some things that need to be fixed. Now this right here, this controls the underground, or not the underground, the level, the next wall out, all the spikes and everything. Not spikes, the spin blades. That's fine. These relays won't be broken. If anything, those little spin blades get broken. But each one is hooked individually with the relays in here protected. That is very important because then I come up here, right off the bat, they destroyed this relay right here. Well, this relay right here went to most of my SMG turrets, pretty much every SMG turret, and except for one. I think one actually fired, and it cut off a lot of my shotgun turrets. You see it's not connected to that shotgun turret. It's not connected to that shotgun turret. The back ones were the only ones that were keep going. So, got to end up figuring out more of that. Now, if I go out, let me see. Let me go upstairs. Maybe you can see it a little bit better from upstairs. So, oh, I forgot I took that floor out. Oh, yeah. So, let's go ahead and try this again. Yeah. So, let's go around the wall right here. As you can see, they took right there is where two demolishers exploded anyways. And they did quite a bit of damage. Now, originally, I had, all my railings right here, all the way around. See, this big gap right here, it's gone. This big gap, it's gone. This gap, it's gone. This turret is gone, along with the corner. You can see more of the explosion right there. I'll have to fill all that in. They didn't really come to this front corner till the very end. But they did destroy quite a bit in between. Now let's look down here. All I had was 4 spikes coming out, and then the one against the pole right there was a double layer. This was a cop. Let's see. That was a cop. They only ended up busting in one area, though. So most of these, I know most of the metal is going to have to be replaced. A cop blew up right here. Damage to that. They finally knocked these poles out and came into here and just started getting hit again. Which, it's not bad. Not really. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And then they would find a line. You can see where they came running down through here and just, of course, this big, humongous hole right here. And this was about 3 demolishers. They just kept exploding, which is not bad when they're out there and they explode. At least I don't have tunnels under here. But it brought up a lot of good points to where this is a decent base. It survived 35 hordes. They still did not get in. I didn't take much damage, but I did run through a ton of ammo. Normally I end up keeping the ammo down here, or the guns I use down here, but I actually had to pull out the double barrel shotgun and the Magnum because I ran out of 7.62, 75 rounds left, and I ran out of 9mm. Now, if I would have thought about it, I could have easily went up to a couple of those. Whoa. turrets that didn't end up shooting any 9mm off, and they could have been okay. That shotgun turret that was on this end right here ended up setting off a demolisher. So, while they come in handy, it's like I need to take out the demolisher fast. So, one thing that... Oh, yeah, and this was a cop too. One thing I would like to do is expand out the concrete all the way around, at least to where it's double thick. So if I do have a demolisher, because let me go over here and look. The first demolisher by itself, this was a cop too. So that a cop went down one layer in dirt, well, in clay. This was after a couple exploded right there, which the ones that exploded took out all the railings up there. That was what I was running into. The cops would explode upwards, which is not a big deal. But like right here, the demolisher, when he exploded, he went down 2 layers in the clay. Right here, he just went down a whole lot. So would it be beneficial to keep going out? If I can get a hold of the demolishers before they come in, then it's not that bad. But that's if I can get a hold of them before they come in. Now, the other idea was what I was originally going to do is the next Horde Night, I was going to go to a POI and just set up base there. That way I could use explosives and everything like that. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. If I would have thought about it, I would have took out the Molotovs. But I've got a decent amount of grenades, some mines, some dynamite, some pipe bombs, and I don't ever use this stuff. I've just been collecting it. So it's kind of like, well, what do I want to end up doing? I don't know. I haven't decided. But it's not like I can go ahead and... Oops, that doesn't go in there. It's not like I can go ahead and say, well, we'll wait and see how it goes. We kind of need to get it taken care of before the next Horde Night. So I got to decide what I'm going to end up doing there. Now, another thing that I'm going to probably end up getting to do is I probably need to sell some of this gear. There's a lot of gear that I'm just holding on to that I don't necessarily need, but I'm keeping it just in case. Like, I don't need all these bandolier mods, but I kind of didn't want to get rid of them in case I ended up dying and losing stuff. Let's see. So we got another purple Magnum. We could probably get rid of a lot of this stuff. This SMG, that's a new SMG. I actually used the blunderbuss I had upstairs too. That's how low I ran on ammo for a while. Let me take a drink. I have 2 rocket launchers I could have used. I could have went to the crossbow too, but I didn't even take the crossbow. Oh, that's got a rad remover on it. Let's take that off. But another thing I wanted to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I repaired it. Oh, there it is. I was like, where'd it go? Okay. So... I mean, I've stayed in this base. The base has lasted me. It just needs a little bit of TLC and moving some stuff around. I did find out some more stuff that my weapons need to go ahead and get. This setup right here worked out pretty good. But I end up finding myself using the M60 more than anything. And then I switched to the AK whenever the demolishers came in. The rest of the stuff is just kind of like extra. You know, I don't... Let's see, hold on. Right there. I don't end up having... I don't have melee on me. I use the Magnum whenever I need to. But I got... See, like, that's all my ammo. That's all I have left on here. And I thought about I might start carrying around the... Oops. Yeah, that'll be okay. Started carrying around the Magnum for... Right now, it's supposed to be my backup weapon. Like, if I end up dying, everything gets, deleted, then I have a Magnum with some armor-piercing rounds that I can go ahead and come back down to. Now, I don't know if this is how it is with everybody's, but if for the most part, if I end up dying on Horde Night, it makes the zombies go away. Now, to get rid of that, I can always go ahead and what's the word I'm looking for? I can always just go ahead and just like log off and log back on, and they'll start back up. But I use the rifle whenever we're not on Horde Night. So this is my carry around. This is for my ranged. It probably wouldn't be bad to get rid of the shotgun turrets, have the shotgun turrets as backups. Like, let's say that they bust in right here, down this thing, have it right up on the top of the door, that I can just flip a switch, generators right there, and then start shooting them. Now, I did have a Wandering Horde. I was over at this end, and I was upgrading that door, and I did have a Wandering Horde come by and start beating on it. And I didn't think I was going to get outside in time to go ahead and kill them, but I did. But if, let's say, they would have burst through, then I could have ran back through here, shut this door, and turned on that switch. It's an idea, and it might be right here because this right here is exposed at the moment. And I'm still digging out stuff. Now, the other option that I've been thinking about is right here, right where this wall is, dropping this down so the tunnel goes, because this right here, right above this is the, well, that goes straight out to the roof. So if I end up, I was already going to make it one more, trying to get situated in my chair. I was already going to make it one more down. Now, if I drop this floor down one more, I could have it 3 thick. So it'd be 2 thick right here underneath the base. I could technically go 3 thick. It wouldn't really matter. I've got some stuff except for my signs right there. I don't know. I'm kind of playing around with some ideas and everything, just to try to get a little bit of stability. I don't think they'll burst in through here, but I don't think shotgun turrets are the best way either. Because even when the shotgun turrets were shooting them from the back, the demolishers, it still made them go ahead and explode. So we're going to end up having to see about that. Let's go up here and see. We're going to have to start cleaning up, I know. Okay, we still got meds in here. We ended up not using any meds at all on Horde Night, which is good. I'm glad. AK completely ran out of ammo. We do have flaming arrows, but we didn't end up messing around with those. We had that blunderbuss, but we really didn't mess around with that. We had 3 extra SMG turrets. I have the night vision goggles here, but I don't wear them. And I've got these arrows, which I don't really need. And then in this section, these are the jug turrets that I didn't end up using, which I'm going to go pick up all those too. So we'll put all of our, let's put all of our guns into this last one on the end. That's the Horde Night one, which on this one, I went for stability. I don't like this mod. Modified the trigger group to fire full auto only. Maybe it wasn't triggering. Maybe I did it wrong. I'm not too sure. I've never really messed with that mod too much. But that's the first time I froze up doing that. That's odd. Now let's see. Okay, no, that one worked out like I wanted to. It was the other one that didn't. This one right here. What mod was on that? Oh, that's what it was. I wanted full auto on that one. which I don't have any ammo. So I'm out of 9mm. I'm out of everything. Alright, so we're going to end up messing around with these as we go. And we'll put, that's still, I haven't decided if this one's going to be our horde gun. This one I'm definitely going to keep as our horde gun as far as, oh, I took out all the repair kits. Give me that back. As far as, it just ends up being the one I use. And I might, since I've got another one downstairs, I might replace this one. Have one for armor piercing and one for, see, I want to change out a couple of these too. But anyways, we'll leave those in there for right now. But I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to replace one with armor piercing. And my phone's going off. One with armor piercing and one with just maybe regular. I don't find myself really needing a whole bunch of it. Let's see, anything else in here? I know we're going to end up having to do a lot of repairs. I kind of just wanted to go around to show some of this stuff. Having these, just I could pick them. I could go to this side and shoot, and the turret would go ahead and kick on. Then I could run over there, and it would start to kick on. It kind of spread out the area a little bit. Come in real handy. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to soup these all up. I'm going to have at least 8, 2 on each side, to kind of like upgrade it some. These really didn't set off the demolishers. Well, they could have. I just didn't know about it. What to do. Decisions. Alright, let's go ahead and go down. Kind of wanted to give an idea of what's going on. The only thing is, I don't have a lot of mods already up here. So I need to make a lot of mods. And let's see. Junk turrets. I thought there's all my tools. Which, I've just been stockpiling them. And I think it's time to go ahead and get rid of some of them. I don't think I really need all these melee weapons and tools. Because, like the spears, I probably could break those down, the stun batons. I've got a ton of the purple stun batons. I could probably sell some and keep some of the, the lower ones. I can go through this and divvy it out to go ahead and at least get some supplies or whatnot. Let's see. We got 3 SMG turrets down here, and we got 3 upstairs. So we got 6 SMG turrets, and we have 4 that are already up. And then as far as the junk turrets, we got a ton of them. Some have mods, some of them don't. And I think that's one thing that we definitely need to focus on, is getting them all the same level at least, or at least the same damage. And then kind of go from there. Topsoil, we're going to go ahead and fill that up to fix that upstairs. And I guess we'll go ahead and get these bars. Let's see, what else? Anything else? Like I said, I took a hit. I really took a hit this time as far as some of the damage. It's going to take me going out and farming to get it back to the way it was. Because a lot of the zombies did a lot of damage on this time. And I know I don't have to carry the 9mm and the 44. The 9mm has been doing me good so far, so it's kind of like, But I don't have much. I'm gonna have to take the 44 right here. I just don't have enough rounds to carry the 9mm around on me, where I can take at least 150 with me. Oh, decisions. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Mistakes were made. Now, I did go ahead. I gotta find my gear. Here's all my standard gear. I picked up my bike, luckily, and I wasn't carrying around chainsaw and everything. For a while there, I was carrying around my chainsaw and auger wherever I went, and that was okay. Oh, what in the world is... Oh. And that was okay, but then I started remembering, oh, wait, if I die, I lose everything. So I stopped carrying it around, which I guess is okay. See, these are iron bars. I don't need the iron bars. I've got some iron bars I could upgrade and then just go as it is. Eesh. Okay, let's... First things first, we need to get a little bit of repairs going on, and then we can go from there. Got some repair kits. Let's repair this. Let's repair this. We got a little bit of gas. We're low on gas, too. We're low on a lot of stuff. Which I thought I was more unprepared for this time around. I was like, oh, this is not going to be a problem. We're all set. And I got overconfident. Essentially, that's what ended up happening. I thought I was good to go, and I can't jump on this. I thought I was good to go, and I wasn't. I didn't die, but for a while there, it was just me running around, tossing down those little turrets, hoping that it killed everything before they destroyed the base. And that's not ideally how I would like to do it. What was I coming down here for? Do I have any... Oh, good. We have a whole bunch of concrete, which we're going to have to end up doing some repairs. We'll talk about some stuff as we go. I did see... I think his name is Skippy? I think that's his name? I saw where he... Yeah, I think that's the one. That me and him have a similar setup. His looks a lot better than mine. But we have a similar setup where we started on day one, and this little box right here, and it was wood, and then cobblestone, and then concrete, and then brick, or brick and then concrete. And that's how we started out, and we just kept on expanding out. The only thing is, he's got a nice flat area, and I didn't pick the best area for mine. This is got... Oh, me. Which is not really that big a deal. I can go ahead and empty it out, but you can see where they are. It puts it at a disadvantage, kind of, because when they're spitting at an angle. So I don't think that... Originally, I was going to put my crops up there, and that was going to be my little crop area. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crops somewhere else. I'll have some here, just like maybe the first aid. I might do that. Put the first aid over here, the aloe, and then go elsewhere and build my farm. I got a lot of ideas of how I wanted to do it. It's I'm going to have to work non-stop every day as far as the days we have left, just to go ahead and make sure that this one is back repaired, I think. Maybe not. Because if I get some iron, then I can fix this right here. The iron would make this last longer. The cop spit's going to hurt stuff, but it's not going to end up destroying it. I mean, not really. Now, the wood, yes. But if it's metal bars, I think we'll be okay. But, like I was saying, one thing I noticed on his, just recently, I had the idea right after this Horde night. I was like, I'm just going to have to move those turrets out further. And then I saw that he put pillboxes on his, and I'm like, oh man, come on. So, I don't know. I have to figure out something else. I don't want to be exactly the same. Now, one thing I have noticed. Oh, that was wood. The cop spitting is damaging down there too, which I can get down in there and I can fix it. So it's not really that big of a deal. Let's see, wet concrete. Please X. Oh, poor base. It took a beating, but it still survived. Now, one thing I also think I might end up doing. Originally, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to leave these open right here so you have the 3 open areas, and it kind of looks visually good, but this right here, they did. I mean, he spit. The relay was right here, so he hit it, or no, it was right here. So they already hit it right off the bat, and I'm guessing it spit from in there, because the relay went to right here, right. So right here, and he hit it. I mean, that's the only thing it could have been. From that angle in front, maybe? And it's just straight in here? I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to have to... By having them, none of these corner ones got destroyed. Which, it's good. And I can put double layers maybe on some of the stuff outside, too. That's an idea. Put some wood paneling. And then... put some wood paneling right on these right here, and then upgrade them to concrete. And these relays that hook into turrets, I'm just going to have to hide them behind poles and maybe put a box around them. That might be an idea too. I didn't think about that. My other option was I was going to build the turrets out further, which is not a bad idea, to wear them down a little bit before they get here. And I thought about putting some of those mines on the road, but if I have somebody coming in to play on my world, next thing you know, they run on the road and they get blown up. But that would kind of be funny. I mean, you can see it did a lot of damage on the inside. Just little, what? I mean, 30 points, almost 40 points in some areas. So it's not much. Not really. I imagine it's going to be a lot of repairs outside, though. That's one thing we're going to have to look into. Alright. Let's get down. What is this? This is probably wood too. Yeah. Even though it looks like it's something else. And then the hoe is right over here. Which we're not going to... We're not going to fill it up yet because I got to put spikes in here. We need to make some more spikes too. And another option is to go ahead and just get rid of all these spikes and put the blade turrets in there, but I don't want to do more electricity at the moment. Alright, well, that kind of shows what it ended up looking like. We're gonna... I didn't get the stuff for that. Oh, wait, I got stuff for this. Haha! Dirt. And that was, yeah, that was a wood frame too. This right here, it looked like it stayed pretty good. I don't think there's any more... Oh, no, wait, there's a hoe over here, wasn't there? Yep. There you go. And then this was a small hoe that they made, but, I mean, it's not that big a deal because I was emptying it all the way out to the road, which, I don't think I picked a good place to do it. And I thought about going ahead and taking this design, ending this design right here, just put enough stuff around it to protect it, but not a horde night base, and move to use the ideas that I've come up with already, and what worked and what didn't work, and try to go and make another base. But I think we're going to keep going with this. We're going to see how long we can end up lasting it out until, if it collapses, then... let's see how my fallbacks are going to end up being. I do need to think about fallbacks, though. And see, the way that it's designed now, I can't really have... I can't really use the not nail gun, the bolt trap. Is that what it's called? Which I've never really messed around with it anyways. But I kind of thought I would be neat to go ahead and mess around with it once. But I can't really... They don't line up anywhere where it would hit them too well. I mean, I guess I could put it like right there, but it's only shooting left and right. I guess I could put them like... I could put a pole right here and put a pole down there, and every time they're running through it, hitting a tripwire, but I mean, if the tripwire ends up getting destroyed, it's just going to sit there. And then I thought about putting the electric fences. I've never messed with the electric fences, and I probably need to, because if they're getting caught out in the, further away before they get here, then that's not necessarily a bad thing. It'd give my turrets a little bit more time to go ahead and take them out if I decide to keep the turrets on, which I think the SMG turrets would be a good ones, and I could use the shotgun turrets as a fallback. If I've got to go ahead, they bust through, then... I mean, if they bust through, it's a lot they've got to bust through. They've got to bust through this wall, and they've only busted through once. And this was only because, like, right here in this corner, I had... it was about eight glowing ones, and it was at the very end of the night. So it had clicked up where it was daytime at 4 o'clock, and it was like soldiers and the pharaohs, they busted in through there. So, I mean, it survived all this. So it's not that bad at all. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and start working on some stuff, and we're going to get some more ideas as far as either I'm going to keep on going, how I'm building this, build it up like I originally planned, or I might go ahead and close it off right there, move my crop somewhere else, and it just be like a 3-layer. No, I'm going to have to end up building it up either way, because when I get the gyrocopter, that reminds me, gyrocopter. Can we make the gyrocopter? Hey, we can make the gyrocopter. Alright, so this is what we're going to end up probably working on next episode, is getting all the little parts that we need to go ahead and make this. Because I think that's going to be a big game changer as far as getting quests done, getting to objectives, rushed it back. This ends up being okay, but when we could bypass the whole rocky terrain and everything, it ends up being pretty good. So I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to go ahead and get to work on this stuff. And yeah, we shall see you next time. Later.